Hey, what's going on, everybody? Echo Side Fiend here. So, about a year ago, I made a video showing off all the custom Juggalo gear, shirts, sweatshirts, and whatnot that my friend Jeremy, who owns and operates Furniture City Graphics, had made for me. And since then, I've added quite a bit more. And just yesterday, I picked up a couple items that he made for me. So I thought today would be the perfect time to do an updated show all the updated work that he's done. So let's go ahead and get started. So, the first thing will be a shirt by a band called 1916. They're a Celtic punk band. I found them on Spotify, I don't know, a while back, a year ago maybe. And so I went to their website and looked to see if I could find any shirts that caught my eye. There wasn't really anything that caught my eye, so they did have one with this logo on it, but the shirt itself was green, and that's the only color you could get. And I'm like, I don't wear green, so I forwarded him the logo, and he couldn't put quite as much detail in it as they have, but he's like, it'll be pretty close. And I was like, that'll work, because I want to support the band, but I'm not going to wear green. As much as I love green, I'm not going to wear a green shirt. So he did that for me, so that turned out really cool. So I support that quite a bit. I like wearing that to, Celtic punk shows, or just punk shows in general, because I go to a lot of those. All right, next shirt is a band that I've actually been listening to for longer than ICP, the Funk Junkies. I found them when I was a junior in high school, and I've been fortunate enough to see them live a couple times. I saw them once in Detroit and once in Chicago, and I've had a couple of their shirts, but just over the years lost them, and one like faded really bad, and they don't really sell merchandise anymore, so I sent him that logo, and then I was like, for the back, can you just find some type of a cool font that'll kind of look good on it? And that's what he came up with, so looks good. I actually wore this to see the Descendants when they played here in Grand Rapids, and I had two people recognize the logo, so that was pretty cool. So moving on to some wrestling shirts. This is Colt Cabana. So I actually have a shirt of this, but he came here to Grand Rapids to with Mick Foley, and they did stand-up comedy at Dr. Grin's. And he had these for sale, but he only sells them on light blue. So I bought one because I wanted to support him, but I was like, I'm never going to wear it. And then as I had Jeremy making stuff for me, I was like, well, that's one he could definitely do. And so I took a picture of it and sent it to him, and he was like, that I can do, no problem. So nothing on the back of that one. This one here is a Finn Balor shirt. Balor is one of my favorite wrestlers. I actually just found this image online. I don't know if it's something somebody drew or what, but it was not even a shirt. It was just like some type of picture. And so I saw that, and I was like, I sent it to him, and I'm like, that's one you could do, right? And he's like, yep. So obviously this is Balor. And then I had him just put that on the back. I just found it in a different image. And then I had him put a Balor Club logo on it. Turned out pretty good. So this one here is one of my favorites. Obviously Sabu. Now I know Sabu has made some remarks recently that were not very cool, but that doesn't take away that he's one of my favorite wrestlers. And I had I still have a white shirt with this on it, and then another logo on the back. I bought it when he was wrestling for a little indie company called AWWL, and they wrestled at the Deltaplex, which is just a local sports music venue. And all he had it on was white. And I'm like, that's another one I don't really wear white, but I bought it. And then just recently I dug it up and wrote to Jeremy. I sent him a picture of it, and I was like, can you make that? And he's like, yep. And so the back had that logo, but a little bit smaller. And then I added that. There was like some, on the original shirt, there's like countries that he had visited, but I was like, I don't need all that. So, and then just had him with the Sabu logo on the sleeve there, and that turned out good. So, like that. This one is Sheamus, and if you're familiar, he has a YouTube channel called Celtic Warrior Workouts, and that's the logo. And so I was like, they gotta sell shirts of that. So I went to like his Facebook, I went to like, all over, the internet looking to see if I could find a shirt for it, and nope. And so I sent the image to Jeremy, and I'm like, is that one you could do? And he's like, yeah. Yeah. So he ended up accidentally making two of them somehow. I forget why. Maybe he was testing one or something, but he gave them both to me, so I gave the other one to my roommate, because she's not a big wrestling fan, but she appreciates it, and she works out and stuff, so I was like, gave it to her. She's like, oh, I'll rock that. So in here, got Prozac. I've wanted a shirt of this for a long, long time, and I'd never see them for sale. Could never find any on eBay. Finally, one time I saw Prozac opening for Twisted, and so I went up to buy some stuff, and I was like, do you have those shirts anymore? He's like, I don't make them anymore. So I ended up finding the image online, and then I had him add this on the back. I think the actual shirt doesn't have that. But then I was like, hey, can you throw a Strange Music logo on the back? And he's like, yep, I can do that. So mine's a little more custom than everyone else's, so I guess that makes it kind of cool. So that turned out really good. So this I had made right after they put out the Fearless Fred Fury logo. So obviously this isn't quite exactly. He basically just found a font that somewhat matched it. Put a little Hatchet Man on the sleeve, and then the back. Look at that. It turned out so fucking good. I had them do this right after they, like within a week or so after they made the, released the image. And I had all kinds of people asking me, like, where the fuck did you get that? I was like, wouldn't you like to know? So I was able to rock that almost immediately. And then I had a sweatshirt of pretty much exactly the same thing. Zip hoodie. And put that on the front. And then on the sleeve, you put some Hatchet Men down it. And then on the other sleeve, Echo Side Fiend. And the back, just the same as the shirt. So that turned out pretty cool. Not pretty cool, turned out fucking awesome. So, yep, so I've been rocking that. So I've had this for about a year now, so I've been rocking this for a while. So, and then these are the ones that I just picked up yesterday. So I had him make a Morton's List Chaos logo shirt. I will admit that I have not played Morton's List. I do own it right there, but I have not played it yet. So yeah, I'm one of those tryhards. I'm wearing a shirt of a game I haven't played, but I've always loved that logo. I have a hat of that I bought at DCG Con, the first one. Had him throw a Dark Carnival Games logo there. And then we were initially trying to do like a actual straight up Morton's List logo. And the only one that we could find had kind of like brick pattern in it. And he uses this, vinyl heat transfer or whatever he calls it. And he could not get that to come through on his computer. And then he's like, the machine won't cut it out good. So I ended up just finding that. Sent that to him. I'm like, can you just put that under the back collar? And about a minute later, he wrote back and said, yep. And he goes, these will be done in about 20 minutes. So went over and picked those up. And then this is the new hoodie I had him make. So this is just kind of trying to come up with a new image, just something to kind of like switch out my sweatshirts quite a bit. So I was like, I just have a Hatchet Man on the front. I'm going to put Psychopathic on the sleeve, Echo Side Fiend on the other sleeve, and then the back. Wait till you see how good this fucking turned out. Look at that. I have, years ago, I bought a sticker of that. And I still have it around somewhere, but I never used it. I never stuck it out on anything. I know it's around somewhere, but I love that logo. And I was like, man, you can probably get a shirt of it, but I don't have one and haven't been able to find one. And so I was looking, trying to find online, trying to find the logo. And finally I found one. I was looking up something else, and this picture was in the related images on Google. And I found it and I sent it to him. I'm like, is that one you could do? And he's like, might take me a little while, because he's like, the lines around the hair, he's like, will be kind of tricky. He's like, I'll have to focus on those for a while. He's like, might take me a little while, but he's like, yep, I can do that. So it did take him about a month to get it all to come through good. And, but he's like, that shouldn't be a problem. And yep, just the other day he hit me up and said he had it all done. So, and then there's one other thing I wanted to show. This one I did have in my original video. This is one I've had for a while. This is the one with the Jason Hatchet Man on the back, but just wanted to point this out. I met Kane Hodder, I should say, at the Astronomicon last year, and had him sign the blade. And this is, since this is like this vinyl, that will not come off when I wash it, because these right here, these 3 dots are actually Sharpie. And I've washed it numerous times, and Jeremy told me he couldn't get these to come through right or something, so he was like, just if you want to use a Sharpie. And I was like, Sharpie, you want that to come off? He's like, nope. He's like, it will not come off. So put that on there. So I had him sign there, and I've actually already washed it once, and it did not fade one bit. So got the man Kane Hodder autograph on my custom sweatshirt. So that's all of them I got for now. I do have some other ones that I'm planning on doing. I got a couple other ideas I'm gonna have them print up for me. So after I maybe get another little stack, I'll show those off as well. So that's pretty much it. So as always, thank you for watching. Thank you for supporting. This is Ecoside Fiend, and I will catch you in the next one. Too sweet.